Good morning, everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the types of nouns. So, as noun is a very primary basic part of speech, so we are going to see how many types of nouns are there. We have proper noun, common noun, countable and uncountable nouns. Common nouns are further divided into collective and abstract nouns. What are common nouns? A common noun is a name given in common to every person or thing of the same class or kind. So, when we see any object, when we see a noun, and this noun refers to a name given to all members of that particular category or class, then it is known as a common noun. For example, you can see in this line, Ashoka was a wise king. So, in this statement, when I write the statement, Ashoka was a wise king. Although there are two nouns over here, Ashoka as well as king, but common noun would be what? King. This is a common noun. That is, Ashoka was one king, there could be many other kings. Okay, Solomon was a king. Chandragupta Maurya was a king. So, king word refers to a class of people who are known as kings, that is, who rule over a particular place. Similarly, we could have other nouns like cow, boy, apple. Sorry, instead of apple, I can write fruit. So, these are also referred to as what? Common nouns. In this box, you can see some examples. Heart is a young boy. What would be the common noun in these? Boy, because it refers to a class of boys, young boys. Give food to the cows, food and cows. Let's buy some sweets, sweets. So, you can see, sorry, the common nouns in these. Next is proper noun. When when we refer to any particular noun or any special name given to a noun, then that becomes a proper noun, some particular person or place. Proper means one's own, hence a proper name is a person's own name. Like Ashoka was a wise king, now here Ashoka would refer to what? Proper noun. In the similar way, you can also have other statements like New Delhi is the capital of India. So, which all are the proper nouns here? New Delhi and India. Although capital is also a noun, but this is a common noun, whereas India and New Delhi refer to names of places, so they would be proper nouns. New Delhi is one of the capitals of New Delhi is the capital of India. There are many capitals. Like Bhopal is also a capital, but it is not a capital of India. That's a different thing. But when I talk about capital, the word capital refers to a class of such places which are specifically capitals, that is, center points of states or countries. So, New Delhi and India refer to proper nouns. India is a country, so country is a common noun, whereas India is a proper noun. Proper nouns are sometimes used as common nouns, like he was the Lukeman of his age. Lukeman refers to the wisest man. Luqman was a wise man from whom Surah Luqman, the 31st Surah of the Quran, was named. Okay, so he is believed to be from the Nubia, that is today's Sudan. So he was the Luqman, the wise man of his age. Kalidas is often called the Shakespeare of India. Usually, Shakespeare is the considered as the greatest dramatist. So Kalidas is often referred to as the Shakespeare of India. Collective noun. When you collect a number of common nouns together, collective noun is a part of a common noun, part of common noun only. So when you make a collection of those common nouns and they belong to one class, it becomes a collective noun. So it is a name of a number or collection of persons or things taken together and spoken of as one word or one whole, like crowd, mob, team, flock, herd, army, fleet, and so on. Normally, it is crowd of people, okay, mob of robbers, team of players, flock of birds, herd of cattle, army of soldiers, fleet of sailors, or fleet of ships, jury of judges, family of members, nation of citizens, parliament, that is parliament maybe of parliament of politicians, something we could refer to it like that, committee of members. So we can consider these as common nouns, collective nouns. A crowd of people, an army of soldiers, a fleet of ships or vessels, a herd of cattle, a jury of judges. Next is abstract noun. It is also a part of your common noun. So it denotes the name of a quality, action, or state considered apart from the object to which it belongs. Like I say, as for quality, goodness. The word goodness comes from the word good. Goodness comes from the word good. So good is what? Good is actually an adjective. A quality, good is actually an adjective. Seema is a good girl. So good is an adjective, and from this, if you form a noun, this noun becomes an abstract noun. So this becomes an abstract noun. In the similar way, kindness comes from kind, whiteness comes from white, darkness comes from dark, hard, bright, honest, wise. Wisdom comes from wise, bravery comes from brave. Action, laughter. Now, here, talking about laughter, so this laughter word has been derived from the verb, the action word laugh. So, this is a verb which does some work. This laugh is actually a verb, and laughter is your abstract noun. This is your abstract noun, and this laugh word gives, this laughter word can be derived from laugh. Similarly, theft. Now, theft is actually an action, laughter is an action. Okay, theft can be considered as an abstract noun because it shows the work of a thief. So theft actually comes from the word thief. Movement comes from move, judgment from judge, hatred from hate, child childhood, that is state, comes from the noun child, boyhood boy, youth young. Slavery comes from the word slave. Sleep. Sleep refers to a verb also, that is to sleep. I wanted to sleep. Normally to sleep means infinitive. So over here this is sleep. Then sickness comes from the word sick. Death comes from the word die. Poverty comes from the word poor. These are states. The names of the arts and science, for example music, chemistry, physics, they are also abstract nouns. Coming to countable and uncountable nouns. So those nouns where you can count those objects, like book, pen, apple, 3 apples, 100 books, 10 pens, 2 boys. Okay. Uncountable, where you cannot count, you can measure. Milk, I have a lot of milk. I have much oil on I have much oil in the wok. I have less sugar in my um, I have less sugar in the container. I have less gold. I cannot be more honest. So these words, you cannot use the word I am using 1 milk or I am using few grains of sugar. You don't use grains of sugar. Rather, you measure sugar. You use some sugar or you use more sugar or much sugar. They mainly denote substances and abstract things. Countable nouns have plural forms while uncountable nouns do not. Like over here, book can be written, book is a singular form, whereas its plural form would be books. But milk, it's the same for singular and plural. You say books but cannot say milks. You cannot say golds. Okay. So with this we conclude with countable and uncountable nouns. We have studied the types of nouns which we studied. That is, we studied common noun, proper noun. Within common noun we studied collective noun, abstract nouns. Then we studied countable nouns and uncountable nouns. In the next class we would be taking up the topic pronouns. In the end, just one request to everyone. If you really benefit from this video, then please like my video, share my video and subscribe my channel. Please do not forget, like the video, share the video and subscribe my channel. And thank you all for your love and support.